South Africa has a population of 63.1 million people. That is the population of South Africa. 63.1 million people. The foreign nationals account for 5.1% of that population. Even if every single foreign national left the country, that would not fix education, that would not fix the Eskom problem, that would not fix the municipalities' delivery services, that would not suddenly make corruption disappear. Foreign nationals are not the issue. The government is. I'm just being honest, I'm being truthful. The foreign nationals are not the issue. If truly what we are seeking in South Africa is job opportunities and a better economy for everyone, we are blaming the wrong people.
Raw conversations with Herald Kavuala, where truth is spoken boldly, minds are challenged, and legacy is built.
Welcome back to Raw Conversations with me, Herald Kavuala. As I'm shooting right now, on this particular day, it's the 30th of June, the day in which the illegal foreign nationals were required to leave the country by South African people. Because there are claims that they are taking the jobs, they are committing crime, they are selling drugs, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to focus on one thing because of the recent interactions that's been going on. And now the South Africans have demanded the foreign nationals, that the illegal foreign nationals, leave the country because they believe the migrants are taking the jobs. And as I said, this is the 30th. The foreign nationals are actually leaving the country. The question now remains, where are these jobs that the South Africans are fighting for so much? This is going to prove a statement that I've been saying from day one. Look, let's establish a few things. I have no issues with the people wanting illegal foreign nationals to leave this country. I have no problem with that. I can actually back that up. But I have a problem with it being an issue where it becomes physical. Let's not forget that when this march began, when this whole thing began, it was an issue of we want to get rid of illegal foreign nationals. In between, it became an issue of we want to get rid of all foreign nationals because they're taking our women, they're taking our jobs, they're taking our livelihoods. And as of late, as of today, we are getting rid of illegal foreign nationals because there's a scarcity of jobs in South Africa. And apparently there's a scarcity of relationships as well in South Africa. So I'm going to discuss and I'm going to focus on the job element because, like I said, there's been a recent interaction that's got me thinking to say, okay, sure, but people have left. But where are these jobs that you've been fighting for?
What we are planning, in fact, intending to do for you also, because we don't want a situation where we are saying employ our locals and you get people that are going to...
We employ locals, but the thing is, it's a big problem for the locals. Monday, you know the story, Monday is a problem.
That's the point I'm trying to get to. That's the point I'm trying to get to. I'm saying to you, we will take full accountability. We give you the people, we ensure that they comply, we ensure that they come to work on time, and we're not going to interfere, especially if a person comes and disrespects your business or does not follow protocol or does not want to comply. You've got every right to take action again, and we also cannot protect people that don't want to come to work.
That is Jacita. She is the one in charge, or she started the March to March movement, and here we can see her pleading, her job owner, for job for her people. Number one, I must say that it is nice to see her fighting for people, because the whole point of this movement was so they can put nationals first. so that the nationals can actually, it's like, this is the best way this is the best analogy I can give this. It's like at a party, right? Can the birthday party first, the birthday boy or the birthday girl get served first and then the guests? That's what I'm understanding. That's the best way I can describe this thing. So she is fighting for her people to get jobs over the foreign nationals, of which I am in accordance with. I have no issues with that. But now, as you heard the response of a man, of that boss, that job owner saying, the problem we have is that South African people are not committed to their jobs. They are not committed. They are lazy. And look, I'm going to be 100% honest here. South Africans, when it comes to the weekend, they party hard. I live in South Africa, I see it. We party hard. Come Monday, we're dealing with hangovers. Some don't even sleep home Sunday night. So Monday morning, then I have to go to their home and get ready and do whatever else that needs to be done. And then get to work late, or get to work hungover, or get to work tired, or just not even pitch up. Like he just said. The issue we have here is that the people, the South African people, do not commit to the jobs. And that's what she says they had to reply. To say, we don't want you to hire people that are not reliable. In fact, we ourselves don't even want to give you people that are not reliable. That is the biggest concern that a lot of employers in this country have when it comes to hiring the nationals. It's not that they don't want to, but it comes at a heavy cost in terms of the company's production, in terms of the outcome. I said in my previous episode, when you apply for a job, it's not a question of are you available, it's a question of can you deliver on the required outcomes. And that's what a lot of South Africans lack. The commitment to see through whatever job given. And mind you, I'm not generalizing to say it's every South African. We have the exceptions. We do have the exceptions who are on time and who deliver above and beyond expectations. They are there. But again, like I said in the previous episode, it's the loudest ones that grab attention. The quiet ones, well, they're quiet. And that's the problem we have with South African people. It's not a question of a scarcity of jobs. It's not a question of saying that, oh no, this employers don't want to employ South African nationals. No, it's a question of can the South African nationals actually deliver when employed? Can they commit to the job at hand? That's the issue that a lot of those people, a lot of employers have when it comes to hiring nationals.
15 minutes. And if it doesn't happen in the next 15 minutes, we're going to have a problem. Can you please just agree on that? We are not here to ask, guys. Maybe let me just emphasize that. We are not here to ask. We are here to demand these jobs. Because all these people are South African nationals and they are not employed. Because of you. You are employing foreign nationals and they don't have scarce skills. And that is wrong. We are not here, we don't want money, we don't want anything. We just want these people to be employed. And that is going to happen today. Whether we give you CVs or we don't, you are going to remove each and every foreign national that is in this environment and you are going to employ South Africans. That is all what we're asking for. Thank you so much.
This is very concerning to say that no, you're just going to remove every foreign national and replace them with South Africans, with the nationals, simply because you say so. It's not fair to the foreign nation that had to work hard to get the job. Remember, when you apply for jobs, you don't get the job because you are available. You get the job because you met the requirements for that particular job. CVs are sent in. A short list is made. Interviews are done. For someone to get a particular job is because they met the requirements. Forget about whether they are a national or a foreign national. They have the required set skills for the particular job. So for them to now walk in and say, we are demanding this job regardless of the qualification of the nationals, honestly speaking, no employer is going to employ someone just because they have to. Every employer, every company wants to make profit. Every company wants its company to boom. No one wants its company to go down the drain. So even though they're demanding that, oh no, you're going to let go of every foreign national and employ South African nationals, in as much as, and this is me putting myself in the shoe of an employer, and in as much as they will be willing to comply, they are going to weigh their options. They're not going to lose someone who's bringing in value to the company, who's bringing in a net worth to the company, for someone who's going to cost the company, for a liability. They're not going to sacrifice an asset for a liability. No company, no organized company with a vision is going to do that. There is no company that's going to do that. So the whole process of coming to demand for a job is just, and I'm sorry to say this, but this is South Africans exposing their lack of knowledge, lack of education. This gives South Africa a bad name. This just makes things look even far worse than they actually are. Because now you are exposing foreign nationals that they don't actually have the qualifications for this job, but just because it's Africans, then you have to give them this job. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to think for the company owners too. You have to think for the company too. If you want this company to employ a South African, let that person at least meet the requirements of the job. Let the person at least have the experience needed for the job. And then come and say, okay, we have this national and you guys have an illegal foreign national or an underqualified foreign national, remove him and let's put South African. We can that can be done. And as much as, personally speaking, I find it to be unfair, but hey, if that's how South Africa wants to run things, then who am I to say? All right? But at least for the sake of the company, let that person be qualified and have experience to take over that position. Let's not remove foreign nationals just because we can. It's just not. It's not fair for the country. It's not fair for the company. Look, at the end of the day, we want the country to blossom. We want the country to grow. All of us. And if companies do well, companies can hire more people because that means companies are making more money. But now if you become a liability to the company, you start costing the company more, the company is losing money. The company is going to shut down. The company is going to liquidate. And who are you going to blame at the end of the day? Let's be reasonable sometimes in our demands for South African people. Again, I have got no issue with hiring nationals. I honestly don't have any issue with that. But let's think for these companies as well. And the owners who sacrificed years to have that company running and standing where it is right now. You know, let's be reasonable in our demands. Let's be reasonable in our demands.
Someone has come to fool you and make you think there is a big problem for you to fight with your own neighbors. You said they take jobs. I asked the question. 300 Ghanaians went back to Ghana 3 days ago. Show me 300 jobs which were created after those 3 Ghanaians left. Say no, Mahama took 300 people back to Ghana. And as a result, here are 300 jobs that we created. Which jobs are they taking from you? Who wants to do these jobs that these people don't pay for? Because these people who come from outside South Africa, they are the ones who do those jobs during harvesting season in Stellenbosch, where they are not paid anything. And you will never want to do that job because we know our rights. We don't want slaves jobs. We want jobs that have got appointment letter with benefits, with pension funds, a letter that can confirm that you are economically active. Not jobs that are going to exploit South Africans. That's why you will never go back to take those jobs. In Alexander, 1 year, they took away the Zimbabweans and foreigners who were selling apples and tomatoes on the streets. Said, Mabahambe, let them go out. After they chased them away, no South African went to that space to sell tomatoes and apples. Because when you remove them, you must go in and sell tomatoes.
Malema asked a very powerful question here. If hundreds of foreign nationals have left, show us the hundreds of South Africans who immediately got those jobs. Ghana took the people back, 300 of them. And I forgot the stats. I think out of the 300 of them that left, only about 40 of them were illegal, if I'm not mistaken. Out of the 300 Ghanaians that left, only about 40%, only 40 of them were illegal migrants. But that's another discussion. 300 of them left, right? Where are these 300 jobs? None. There isn't. And again, like you said, most of these people here were running tuck shops. They were selling the street corners. They were selling at the marketplaces. These are jobs South Africans are not willing to do. And that's just the fact. That's just the honest truth. South Africans don't want to be selling in the streets. And I can't blame them. Look, I'm not blaming anyone for choosing a certain lifestyle, right? If South Africans don't want to sell at the corner, that's 100% valid. But if you want a certain job, you have to have the tools required for that particular job. If you want to work at a corner office, have the skill sets that puts you at that pedigree. That's the least that you can do. Because if removing foreign workers doesn't solve the issue of unemployment, then what is the issue? And I've been saying this before. Foreign nationals are not the issue. It's the people. In fact, let me even call myself, it's not even the people, it's the government. Here we are having this march right now, happening on the 30th of June. The government has put in 600 million rands towards this march for the safety of the people, so that everything can go by smoothly. Jacinta herself said it in one of her interviews on the SABC News, I believe. Why not take the 600 million and actually create jobs? Why are you putting that money into the protection of the march? From the very get-go of this whole episode, of this whole entire xenophobic, Afrophobic movement, this much movement we're speaking about, we've been saying that the government is involved in this whole issue because this is one of the things that will prove it. Why not take the 600 million and put it towards job creation? But you're taking that money and putting it towards the protection of the people that are actually marching. How does that solve the issue? These people are going to march. They're going to destroy whatever they want to destroy. They're going to loot whatever they want to loot. They're going to steal whatever they want to steal. You now still have to go back and fix those things. But the jobs have not been created. Because the South Africans are not going to go into spaza shops and non-spaza shops. They're not. They don't have the bandwidth to run a spaza shop. Remember, like for example, the Ethiopians. When an Ethiopian man starts a store, right? His Ethiopian brothers all come together. They all buy stock and then help him start his own shop. That's how they're able to start hundreds of shops, hundreds of stores. South Africans don't have that kind of mindset. They just don't have that kind of mindset. They don't have that kind of vision. Immigrants, South Africans, black people. Right? Black people would rather gather together for an after party than to gather together for a business startup party. If I throw a party right now and said I'm starting a business and I'm throwing a fundraising party so that everyone can come together and help me raise the money that's required for me to buy the equipment and whatever else, a handful of people are going to pitch up. Many of the closest people to me are going to pitch up. But if I throw a party, a pool party with free alcohol, free food, free music and everything, hundreds and thousands of people, even people that don't know, are going to pitch up. And that's just a black thing. That has nothing to do with South Africans. That's just a black thing. But Ethiopians, they will come together. And not just Ethiopians, the Jews, the Muslims, the Arabs, many other people work in that manner. We come together, we bring our resources together, and we help this person elevate. His elevation is our elevation. But we black people don't think like that. It's a sad time we're living in because we are chasing away the innocent. We are blaming the current issue in South Africa on the innocent. They are not the cause of the unemployment rate in South Africa. Mind you, the unemployment rate in South Africa right now is 32.7%. And the 32.7% encompasses of the people who are currently job hunting. There is also a 43.7% unemployment rate that's inclusive of those who have stopped job hunting. Those who are currently hunting for jobs, 32.7%. Those who count, including those who have stopped, it goes up to 43.7%. That is the current unemployment rate in South Africa. I'm going to pull out a stat that's going to debunk the fact that we are blaming foreign nationals for the jobs, for the lack of jobs in South Africa. But before I do that, I want to quickly play one video that's even going to add more validity, more credibility to the stats I want to pull out. Like I said, we are blaming the wrong people. The foreign nationals are not the issue. The government is. I'm just being honest, I'm being truthful. The foreign nationals are not the issue. If truly what we are seeking in South Africa is job opportunities and a better economy for everyone, we are blaming the wrong people. But hey, who knows? Maybe this is just the beginning of that better economy. I don't know. The removal of illegal immigrants, I do support that, but not in the manner in which the people have chosen to approach it. This is something the government should have just handled by themselves. The fact that the people are now involved, it makes this thing bigger than than needed. I mean, the whole world is looking at South Africa right now. The whole world is blaming South Africa as labeling South Africa as xenophobic and Afrophobic. Okay, and we can't blame them because that is what's happening in South Africa. That's what's happening in South Africa.
The issue of illegal immigration is not a concern affecting only one sector of society, one movement, or one individual. It is a matter that impacts communities across South Africa. South Africans are tired of standing in long queues in hospitals. They are tired of competing for spaces in public schools with illegal immigrants. South Africans are tired of competing for jobs with foreign nationals who are appointed in conflict with the Section 8 of the Employment Service Act. South Africans are tired of Nigerians who are selling drugs to youth of this country. South Africans are tired of human trafficking. The exploitation of our people in the textile industry by Chinese. We don't want the tuck shops mafias from Pakistan and Somalians. We want a safe and united South Africa.
Like I said, there's some numbers I'm going to pull out for you just to debunk this narrative that she just brought up. South Africans are tired of fighting for jobs with foreign nationals. Here's a problem I have with that issue. If I pull out the stats, South Africa has a population of 63.1 million people. That is the population of South Africa. 63.1 million people. The foreign nationals account for 5.1% of that population, which is roughly 3.1 million people. So there is a remainder of 60 million South Africans. And you want to tell me that they are the reasons why you don't have jobs? That there are reasons why you don't get, getting medical attention when you go to public hospitals? You want to tell me that's the reason why South Africa is struggling? Because of the 3.1 million people out of the 63.1 million people? The maths is not adding up. The maths is not adding up. There's no way that 5% of the population of South Africa owns 90% of the jobs in South Africa. It just doesn't make sense. There's no way that is possible. That only proves one thing, and that is the government is the one that we should be looking at, not the people. I will repeat the stats again. South Africa has a population of 63.1 million people. Foreign nationals only take up 5.1% of their 63.1 million people, which makes up 3.1 million people. Even if, like things are happening right now, we get rid of all the foreign nationals in South Africa. 3.1 million people. We get rid of all of them. The representation down to 60 million people. You're telling me that all of a sudden, all 60 million people, below 60 million of them will have jobs? Foreigners have only taken 5% of the country. Only 5% of the country. That 95% is still owned by South Africans. The problem is not the people. I've been saying it. We are looking at the wrong people. We are blaming the wrong people. The government is the ones to blame for this. Even if every single foreign national left the country, that would not fix education. That would not fix the Eskom problem. That would not fix the municipalities' delivery services. That would not suddenly make corruption disappear. That does not suddenly make every South African now highly more educated and more needed in the marketplace. It wouldn't change anything if we were to be honest. Like Malema said in the previous video, 300 Ghanaians left. I promise you now, there are empty stores in Cape Town and Durban right now. Why are South Africans not filling those stores? Because they don't want those particular jobs. They want office jobs. And in order for them to get those office jobs, they have to have certain skill sets. And not all of them have them. The government needs to make more job opportunities for the people. The government exists to provide quality education, to attract investment, to grow the economy, and to improve the infrastructure, and also remove corruption. That's the job of the government. I heard that speaker was saying, Nigerians and Somalians are selling drugs and committing crime. The government is responsible for reducing all that stuff, controlling all that stuff. Border patrol, be it by land, be it by water, be it by air. South Africa needs to tighten. Yes, right now they're tightening the immigration laws. And that's good. I've got nothing against that. Like I've said from the beginning of this whole entire saga, the removal of every illegal immigrant, I'm not against that. I'm really not. Because as a country, you want to have law and order in your country, and I'm not against that. But let's stop blaming the wrong people. We will never fix the problem. I was telling someone in one of my comment sections to be coming about me saying, but no, South Africans are not xenophobic. South Africans are not Afrophobic. What? I was like, listen, Afrophobic or not, right now what we're dealing with is xenophobia and Afrophobia. And until we can address that issue, we will not have a solution. It does not matter whether they are xenophobic or not. That's not the point. Because the way they are reacting is because they're frustrated by the way the government is handling things in this particular country. And because of the frustration, they are now just making decisions that they believe will better the situation. And whether it will or not, that is the question. But I'm saying we are blaming the wrong people. Foreign nationals are not the issue. The government is. The government is. And the sooner we can face that, the sooner we can all agree that that's where we're supposed to put our energy, the sooner we can actually find a solution that betters every single South African. Foreign nationals have left. It's the 30th of June. I was watching the news today. I was seeing the marches happening, and foreign nationals have left. Illegal foreign nationals have left. Let's see if this makes any difference for the country. Chastita said it as well in the interview. She was like, look, this is just one of the many marches. That speaks volumes. Like, even if we don't march on the 30th, we're still going to march after that. Even if we march on the 30th, we're still going to have more marches until we get the results that we want. That's what she said. I must say it again. Let's stop blaming the innocent and let us address the actual issue, which is the government. If South Africa puts 600 million towards the protection of civilians during this march, they can put the same amount to create jobs. The 600 million comes from taxpayer money. The taxpayers are the one who are going to suffer from that. And guess what? Foreign nationals pay their taxes too. They pay their taxes too. So everyone is getting affected by the current economy and decisions the government makes in South Africa. What a time to be alive. What a time to be in South Africa. If you made it this far into the episode, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate the love and the support that you have shown. May you continue showing love. May you continue supporting the channel. And hey, I never ever thought I was speaking on this politics and stuff, but here we are. So thank you for coming this far. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share this with your friends. Share it with someone else who would like to see this. And remember, stay strong, stay raw, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. If you made it this far into the episode and you like what you heard, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. YouTube tells me about 76% of yours, in fact 96% of you people watch my videos but then don't subscribe, and that hurts me. So please do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.